Hi guys, welcome back. I haven't posted for a while. I basically took a year off after my last video. I just didn't feel quite ready to carry on filming and share my life. I realised I still needed to do quite a bit of work on myself and get more comfortable in my own skin before I start sharing everything online, but I have done that and I'm back and I'm really excited to start sharing more videos again. So if you watched my last video, I shared my story about getting married and divorced, going through quite a traumatic change of events, life events in a short amount of time. And I guess I just felt after that I really needed to like restart and work on myself again. I think I had really lost myself in that relationship, and you know, there's no one to blame for that. Like, that was me. Like, I just sort of lost my confidence, stopped doing a lot of stuff that I loved, I stopped prioritizing my health, I stopped kind of looking after myself. So when I came out of the relationship, I just felt like I needed to reset, restart, start doing things that I enjoy again, like prioritizing my health again, prioritizing my mental health again, and just doing everything I could to sort of feel my best and feel motivated and excited by my new life and getting used to living on my own and getting really good routines in my life to just make me feel my best. So I guess in this video I just really wanted to sort of have a bit of an update, catch up, but also share some of the things that helped me so much over the last year to just feel my best and find myself again. As cheesy as that sounds, it is a journey, and I feel like it's a constant journey. I feel like we are such a, you know, a work in progress sort of thing. Like, you can always do more to make yourself feel better and happier and motivated and inspired by life again. One of the main things that really changed my life for the better was getting a really good morning routine. I am naturally a morning person, so this, you know, this wasn't too much of a change to my daily life, but every single day I prioritize getting up and going straight out for a morning walk. And I think getting outside, being in nature, having some fresh air, like just having a little bit of peaceful time before a busy working day is just such a game changer. Like, it just makes you feel so calm and relaxed and refreshed, and it's just the best way to start the day. So to anyone, you know, if you're not a morning person, I guess you don't have to get outside in the morning, but if you can get outside and spend some time outside in your day, so you're not in front of a screen all day, it's just such a good thing to do and prioritize in your daily routine. But yeah, I do that in the morning routine. So what I do is I literally just set up my clothes so I'm ready to go out for my walk straight away in the morning, and then I go for about an hour with the dog. Just, yeah, so nice. Sometimes I listen to a podcast. At the minute I'm really loving the Superhuman App walking meditations. I just find them great. I will touch on that a bit later on in the video, but yeah, loving that. And then I come back, I have a hot water and lemon and a cup of tea, and that is my morning routine, and I do that every single day. I've been doing that every single day for probably the last 2 to 3 years, ever since I got the dog really, but I've really made the effort to make that my routine in the last 2 years, and I have felt so much better. It just sort of gets you going for the day in such a positive way. So a good morning routine. The second thing is diet, and again, I'm not going to go too much into this in this video because I have had, you know, there's so much to talk about here. But one of the main things that I did to sort of make myself feel better and feel good again was cutting out refined sugar from my diet. I was such a sugar addict like 2 or 3 years ago. Like, I was just addicted to sugar, and I really did cut it out completely. I mean, now occasionally I will have something with the refined sugar in, but I really try and stick to naturally healthier sugars and non-refined sugars, not having white sugars, not having less processed food in my diet has just made me feel so much better. So that's been a huge thing for me. And then the third thing as part of my routine that has changed my life extraordinarily, that has really changed things for me, is prioritizing sleep. So I just make sure to go to bed quite early and get a good 8 hours sleep. Like, it's just makes you feel so much better in the day. You can concentrate better, you feel more energized, you want to eat better. It just, you know, it's just so fundamental to your health. It's, you know, your immune system is all based on your sleep too. So you just, yeah, prioritize sleep, less caffeine. I really cut down on caffeine in the last year or two because I was kind of having quite a lot of caffeine every day, which I don't think is bad to have some, but I think it really does affect your sleep. So really reducing my caffeine intake too. So yeah, and then I guess also learning to live alone again. Like, it's just, you know, it's something that I had never done until a couple of years ago. So to learn to live alone again, and like at first I really didn't like it. Like, I was just constantly like, who is around, who's free, like I couldn't be alone. I hated it. So to really get to be able to be on my own and enjoy my own company again, I just really filled my time here in my own space with doing things that I love for me, whether it's baking, listening to podcasts, you know, watching good shows, like reading. I've just been reading a lot more. I think reading is something that in the past I always thought to do on holiday, like it was a holiday thing. It wasn't really something that I really did unless I was on holiday. But yeah, over the last year I've just really prioritized reading, whether it's at weekends, in the evening, before bed. Like, it's just been so nice to get into reading again. So also really recommend that. But yeah, I guess I just really wanted to touch on some of the books that I have absolutely loved in the last year that I've read, and have really been such a positive motivational thing, motivating and inspiring to me in the last year. So to get into these, let me just get them. The first book that I just really wanted to touch on is Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk. This book is probably the first self-development book that I read, and I really loved it. What really sort of got me into it from the first line was like him talking about how he went to hear a monk talk, and he really didn't want to go at first. Like, he was just not impressed by the idea of that. And then when he met this monk, he sort of talks about how he had just never seen anyone radiate happiness like this monk did. And you know, that kind of made me stop and think, and I was like, how many people do I know that really radiate happiness? So it goes into his journey about becoming a monk and a lot of the principles that they follow. He shares, you know, a lot of this is training your mind, switching off, and yeah, practicing gratitude, you know, all those things. But no, it's a really good book. I really recommend this. He also has a podcast, but I actually really recommend starting with his book because this is just really good. The second book that I've got here is Vex King's Good Vibes, Good Life. Again, this is really positive. It's how to like sort of feel your best by practices of self-care, positive lifestyle habits, and you know, learning to find your purpose. But yeah, really love this book. The book here that I've got is The Secret. Now, anyone that is into manifesting will know this book. This is like the original manifesting book. However, I only heard about it in the last couple of years, and I've got to say I've read it 3 times now. I feel like it's really good. It's really easily explains things. It really talks about how, you know, the things that you think about impact your life and how to really use that in a positive way again, and also practicing gratitude. And yeah, love this book. This is just my favourite manifesting book that I've read, and I've read quite a few. And then the fourth book I've got here is Dr. Chatterjee's Happy Mind, Happy Life. Now, I just read this one weekend. I just sat down and read the whole book, and it's so good. Again, happiness, defining success to you, what to prioritize in your life, and how to feel your best. And like, you know, it's diets, it's principles, it's things that you do every day that make you happy and make you feel good. And yeah, love this book. Really recommend this book. Those were the books. Now I'm just gonna quickly check my list because I've got some podcasts that I really wanted to talk about too, that I love and have loved listening to over the last year. So the first one that I've got that I really want to touch on is Amelia Liana's What I Know Now podcast. So she started this after her own breakup, so she shares her personal journey, but she has amazing guest speakers on here. My two favourite ones that I listened to were a relationship coach and also a divorce lawyer. I thought these were great. I listened to these sort of right at the time where I was feeling most down and just needed a bit of guidance, I guess. Caggie Dunlop Saturn Returns podcast, I love that. Caggie again also shares her own personal journey in self-development and finding happiness with herself and overcoming things that she, you know, in her own life. So I think that one's a really lovely podcast. Start at the beginning, so you can really hear the whole journey of that one. The third one I've got is Caroline Stanbury's Divorce Not Dead podcast. This one again, Caroline shares her own journey. She's super funny, she's super motivating and inspiring, and she has a fantastic guest speakers on the podcast, so I'd really recommend that one. Then I've got Erin and Sara Foster's The World's First podcast. This is one that I just love listening to. They just give such good advice, and they're funny, and they have amazing guest speakers on. One of my favourite episodes on this one was the one with Rabbi Leader, and it's just so inspiring and motivating, and it's just such a lovely podcast to listen to, so definitely recommend that you check that one out. I've also got Mimi Bouchard's podcast. It's called the Mimi Podcast. Mimi is great. She loves self-development herself, and she has again loads of great guest speakers, but I also really wanted to touch on, Mimi is the founder of the Superhuman App that I absolutely love. So yeah, she talks a lot about her own personal journey in developing the app, and is such a successful business, but the app's fantastic. Like, you do have to pay for it, so I would say maybe try the trial if you're interested in it. These are meditations, but they're meditations not like other meditation apps. These are ones where it's basically positive affirmations that you're listening to with beautiful music, and I just find them so lovely to listen to in the morning, on my walks, or in the evening, so really recommend those. And then my last podcast that I just wanted to touch on that I absolutely love is Deliciously Ella's podcast. Her latest one is called Wellness Unpacked, and I love every single episode. I learn so much from. I love learning about gut health and nutrition, and yeah, just how it affects everything in our life. So again, she has fantastic speakers on. But yeah, no, really recommend that one. It's just so good. And then I guess finally, I just really wanted to touch on another thing that I do for myself every single day, and that is keeping a gratitude journal. So I keep this by my bed, and as you can see, it's a bit battered and completely full because I use it every single day. But this is just writing down every single day the things that you are grateful for from that day. And it's tiny, it takes a couple minutes every single day, but I can't even recommend it enough. Like, this is probably the most game-changing thing, and you won't like realize it straight away. It does take a few weeks or months to really see a difference, but I mean, in terms of having a positive mindset, doing a gratitude journal is everything. So yeah, so those are some of the things that I have loved and really enjoyed this year. The other thing that I did this year that I also wanted to mention was I went on my first solo trip. I took my dog, and we took 3 weeks, and we went and stayed in an Airbnb on the coast, on the south coast. It was just so nice to get away. It was so nice to do something in the UK where I didn't like have to travel very far, but it was a completely new area that I'd not been to before, so I really got to explore the area, and it was just absolute heaven. It was just so nice to like have time on my own, out of the city and out of like my normal sort of work life. And yeah, I took a week off. I did loads of walking and reading and exploring the area, and I was cooking more. I just had like more time, and I felt very inspired and relaxed there. It was just so nice. And then the second 2 weeks that I was there, I was working remotely, but it was a heat wave. It was beautiful. I could still get out for walks every single day, so it was just heaven. So yeah, that was just such a lovely thing to do, and now I'm back in London, back in my normal routine and life, and it is now 4 weeks till Christmas, which is absolutely crazy. Like, I just don't know where time goes, but I've got loads of fun things planned, so I'm going to be filming more videos. And if there's anything else that you want to see a video on, because I'm kind of getting going again, please do write down some suggestions below, and that would be really, really helpful. So please write some suggestions below and I will have a look and get back to you. But yeah, I will be posting more regularly, so thank you so much for watching and following along. And you can find me on here or on Instagram at Pinkskiesbutterflies. But I will see you soon for my next video. Thanks guys.